Welcome to Awkward Conversations.
That was great. It was almost to come out of my mouth.
I'm like, he always does it.
Man.
It's my turn.
Good job. I don't know if that was awkward, but it was sure surprising. Oh, yes, welcome. So, we have a topic today that I think, I know. This one's more of a hot button for Sandra than it is for me, but it's something I definitely have some very, I was going to say strong, I don't know if that's the right word, but significant opinions on.
Yeah.
So, friendship.
Yeah.
We'll talk about friendship today.
So I'm going to vent here for just a minute.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm mostly venting because, we listen to a radio show, and the guy on the radio show says, I don't need therapy. This radio show is my therapy. I'm like,
and he vents and rants.
This is going to be my therapy for a minute.
All right. Therapy away, girl. Vent.
I had a super, super close friend, and in some ways I think that ruined me for further friendships, in that I have this expectation on what friendship looks like and is, that others just don't share that friendship idea.
Yeah.
But my venting is this, a lot of people that I want to be friends with, I get so frustrated because we're just on such different pages. And this isn't like they're bad and I'm good, I'm right, they're wrong. It's not that, but it is like there are just some realities when it comes to friendship that are important. And one of those basic things is that we, as friends, can share the same, not have all the same beliefs. And like if my friend is hurting, I want to help them and all of those things. It's not that, but it is this idea of, I feel like in our world today, so many people are so engaged on social media, and it is damaging in so many ways. Social media is damaging for the people who are involved in it. Like, any studies show this, it's damaging, it's harmful, but you know what? It's damaging to me when my friends are all on social media. It's damaging me as well because I can't connect with them the same because they're so concerned about everything going on in the world and all the things they're reading and hearing and seeing on social media. And I'm just like, because I'm not. Like, I'm on social media so that I can reach out to somebody if I want to or need to. Mm-hmm. And if you look at my posts, you'll see I haven't posted anything for ages. Like, it's just, I'm not there unless I need or want to reach out to somebody and talk to somebody. But because of that, because there are so many 40s and 50-year-old women who are so engaged in social media that I don't have the same connection with them that I could, because they're so involved in everything that's going on in the world, and we're not even supposed to be. And it frustrates me because I just want to have somebody that I can connect with. And it's hurtful to me. Like, anytime I think about friendship, ever since my friend passed away, I'm like, I could cry so easily because I don't have somebody who is chasing after God, who has a great sense of humor, who is able to be lighthearted. These women who are, I'm saying women because I would be making friends with women. These women who are on social media, like, they're half depressed most of the time. They're looking towards all kinds of outlets that are their reprieve, alcohol, drugs, whatever. Like, I'm telling you, these are people that are so involved in social media and are half depressed and trying to find some sense of peace and whatever. They can't be lighthearted. There's rarely any sort of sense of humor. And I wish for that, and I miss that, and I want that. I want that friendship that is like we're on a lot of the same page, that we have a great sense of humor, that we're lighthearted, that we get together and have fun. And there's too many Christian women on social media and involved in all kinds of weighty issues that there is no lightheartedness. These are Christian women who should have the joy of the Lord, have happiness, have lightheartedness, and they don't because, and this isn't just a rant on social media. Yes, that's a big part of it. But it's also, I just feel like, I don't know.
I think our culture has shifted. And let me just say this, you've made this awkward for some people because there are people who would not agree with you on social media. But I would say this. Social media has been around long enough now. There are some legit studies that are showing, it has been harmful. But I would point.
It's toxic, it's harmful, it's damaging, it is unhealthy.
But I would point out that it's bigger, there's more to it than that, even in that our culture has shifted due to things like communication and transportation. I mean, you and I are guilty of it. Last night we went out for Mexican food. We did not go to our local Mexican restaurant. We drove 3 times as far. We do the same thing with groceries. We don't go to our local grocery store very often. We drive 2.5 times further, to go to a different grocery store. It's no longer, I don't walk into my local hardware store and say, hey, Bill, the guy that owns it. I'm making that name up. It used to be people go back to the Leave It to Beaver days or the Andy Griffith days. I think there was somebody that called him Andrew, like his mom type or whatever. Anyway, they did life in the community. Everything. You went to church, you bought your groceries, you went to the bank, you did everything within a tight-knit community. You didn't know much beyond 100 miles for sure as to what was going on. And that has been in itself a shift that's unrelated to, that happened before social media. And it affects friendships.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, for sure. But those are things that I can't fix. I can't fix everybody staying local, going to their community.
And that's a fair point where you're saying
Hopefully I can fix knocking some people off of social media.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean.
Because it's so damaging and so bad.
Okay.
And the reason
Hang on just a minute. I'm going to make this awkward for just a minute. Okay, you have an eyelash right there.
Thank you.
More. Now the eyelash is gone.
So I just feel like I'm looking for
that's a fair point.
good friendships, close friendships.
Yeah.
I believe they are God-given. There's all kinds of scriptures about friendships. You can Google it and find 20 right off. But friendship requires honesty. And get me started on this, most women in their 40s and 50s and even 30s at this point, because we've got such a soft generation coming up behind us, cannot handle honesty. And I get it. I'm unique. I'm different. Like I've been told this many times. I get it. But I'm just wishing that there was somebody who was strong enough to handle honesty. And I'm not a jerk about it, but I'm going to say what I think, but people just can't handle. And anyway, the scripture talks about, friends who can tell the truth, who are honest. I don't know if this is the exact one I was thinking of, but this is one of the ones about honest friendship. Oil and perfume make the heart glad, and the sweetness of a friend comes from his earnest counsel. And gosh,
earnest,
how
so then it's
great
gotta be
is it to
sincere.
have a friend who's close enough to say, have you thought about this?
Yeah.
Or what about this?
Yeah.
Or to, push in on that a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just find it frustrating and sad that we're in a culture that it's so difficult to connect face to face, personally, to have any sort of depth of relationship. And I do second guess myself and think, well, maybe it is me. I don't know, but I just find it very difficult.
Well, I think you have admitted that you maybe do have a bit of a stronger, or I don't know if extreme would be the right word, view on it, a different view than some people maybe.
Sure.
But that being said, there's no doubt that, I hear a lot of conversation in the circles I tend to be around just about community and the importance of it. I think most people would recognize that we do well to have other people in our lives, to have those relationships, and call them friendships, call them connections, call them what you want. And I think in all fairness to this conversation, there are varying degrees of that level of connection, that level of friendship and so forth. You're talking about a very deep level. There are levels of people you might call friends that would be much less of a connection, but there's still value there. And I think in general, there is an issue here. And can you hold that thought? Just a minute, you had a thought there. I think for men, the issue does tend to generally be different, and I realize I am generalizing here. But in general, men do view friendships different. But I did hear a study recently, and I don't know how vetted this was, but I did think, I think that has some teeth to it, to where they were showing that men were less likely to have 3 or 4 friends than 20 years ago. That men now to have even one friend would be like much more common, and they were pointing out that that's a problem. And they were even saying, they were pointing to some things like so many more people working from home, so men in particular are not developing friendships at work and so forth. I will tell you this, that I've been pretty happy with my friendship base over the years. Now, I did have one very dear friend pass away. That still grieves my heart because I miss him. He was important and valuable to me and filled a role in my life, and I believe I did in his too, that is now empty, right? But I do have, I'm just grabbing a number off the top of my head, but at least 2 others, friends that are those level of friends that if maybe I only talk or meet with them 2 or 3 times a month, But if I needed something, I know both of these guys that I'm thinking of would literally drop whatever, and they both have significant jobs and so forth. They would drop whatever, jump on a plane, whatever, to be there, to be at my side. That makes me emotional because I'm like, that is important, right? Now, should I have more than 2 of those? I don't know, maybe. So for a man, I think it's different. I don't need to meet up with them over coffee every day. I don't need to do, I don't feel like I have that need. But boy, are they important to me, yes. And then I have other friends, male friends, that I would say, are more, not that close, but they're important.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, I don't think most people could say what I just did. And I think that's a problem. I should say most men.
Yeah.
So I'm on a different page than you on this,
I know.
but not completely.
But you are, for sure.
I am definitely on a different page.
You talk about your friends, and I'm like, lucky for you.
Yeah. But I'm not looking for a lot of what you might be. And that's not good or bad, like you said earlier.
I don't think that's true. I think
really?
at this point, I would be, gosh, it's also, in case any of my friends are watching this, don't mishear me.
I wondered about that earlier. I thought, she may have made this really awkward with a couple of her statements. Plus, I'd like to think one of her friends is sitting right here, but I don't know.
No, I just think those friends that I do have, I do want to say, I am very grateful for what I do have. I want there to be more fun. I want there to be more lightheartedness. I want there to be more joy in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's what I miss. It's not that my friends aren't great.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to have what I had with Brooke. I'm not trying to have that kind of depth. I mean, that'd be great if that happened.
Yeah.
But I recognize the chances of it happening are, after we're at 13 years now.
Man,
after
it's been that
13
long.
years, you're like, okay, I recognize the uniqueness of that and what I had there.
Yeah.
But I do find that I'm like, why can't I have somebody that I thoroughly enjoy hanging out with for the purpose of lightheartedness?
That fun factor is a big deal
as
for you.
well as honest conversations.
Right.
And again, it's not that I don't have that to a degree. And this is the part that I recognize is probably my flaw of like how to connect
Yeah.
with what I do have to be,
Sure.
and trying to be
And
thankful
embrace
for
the
what
value
I
of
do
that.
have,
Yeah.
but also knowing what is possible. There is that, I guess, desire for more, you know?
I mean, you bring up a point there that there's no question personality plays into some of this, you know, and what you're looking for. There's certainly a biblical pattern, and I think in general we all need friends, we all need social, we all need that community connection. And different personalities are going to crave different things within that. You know, one of my friends, I meet with him every 3 weeks for coffee. And those meetings are fascinating. I mean, we've had times where like, oh, that totally should have been filmed because that needed to be a podcast. There's other times it's just very personal, and sometimes it's very surface, you know. He and I like to talk business and economics and, you know, so there are a lot of different things come into play. And for me, that's very rewarding.
Yeah.
Is it fun? I would say it's fun, but we've established that our definitions of fun are different too.
But that's part of friendship. I would want that as well. Like, I don't expect every time to be like laughing it up, you know, the whole time. Like, I'm not saying that's what I expect.
Yeah.
But.
Well, so we've kind of been all over the place because, you know, there's the social media issue. There's certainly big cultural changes. But I think in the midst of all of that, I think my encouragement to everybody listening would be, you know, this idea of friendship, this idea of community, this idea of being involved with other people is a big deal and is important. This is why, I mean, it's not the only reason, but this is why I think church attendance is of value. It gives people that point of connection.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be, you could say even that, you know, church was very much a social gathering, even more than it is now, to where people did even form like business relationships and, oh, you do that kind of business? Well, I need that service. And, you know, that a lot of that kind of thing happened at church. I think that is just less. But my point is, these points of gathering, these places of connecting, I would encourage everybody to seek that out and to consider in your own life, you know, do I have enough of this? Do I have friends I'm neglecting? You know,
right?
And you know, I could even point out, like, you know, I don't know if we have this or not, you and I, but it could be that I put too much pressure on Sandra as my wife to fill a friendship role that I should be looking for in other ways, you know, and put pressure on you. I don't know that I do that, but I think there are couples that do that. They expect that spouse to be more of a social friend role than what would need to be necessarily. Yeah. I'm saying that cautiously because you should be friends, but I'm just saying, if you're totally void of other friends and you're totally looking to your spouse only, that could be a problem spot.
The bigger problem I see with that is, like, great, be best friends with your spouse. I think that's great if you connect on that level.
Yeah.
But the bigger problem with that is if that's all you've got and something terrible happens, then what? You know?
Oh, if it's the only thing you've got. Yeah. There's no diversity, as we would say in our investing world. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I didn't feel like your rant got too extreme.
I feel like good. I actually had a dream that was like really negative, kind of along the lines of speaking in front of people. So I was like, this morning when I woke up, hey, take it easy. You don't need to be crazy. But I will say, like, I just think friendships matter. You know, they're of great importance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Very needed, you know.
For
sure. So don't neglect
sure.
the friends that you have.
Yeah.
Also, be open to new friends.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, just finding those people that you can connect with.
Yeah.
And I'm looking. I have some that I'm friends with that I do appreciate very much. And I'm looking for those who can connect a little bit deeper as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Anything more on this?
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I just needed to vent.
Well, thanks for joining us for Sandra's therapy session. Seriously, thanks for joining us, and I just hope that maybe it's inspired you to think about your friendships and to feed into them maybe even more, or to be, as Sandra just said, and be open to what could be in that arena of your life to bring value, and you bring value too.
Yeah.
Friendships matter.
I think I've realized just, having had someone that I was really close to.
Yeah.
And we would often talk about that we felt like we had sort of a Jonathan and David connection, where like and I realize that's very unusual. But I just think it's so important that, if you are lonely, if you are, excuse me, if you are without, if you are missing this, like, one, understand it's God's plan for you to have people in your life and be connected.
No doubt.
Which I'm so grateful for my husband and my kids, and I definitely have a lot of that others don't have, for which I'm deeply grateful.
Right.
But we're created for community. We're created for togetherness. We're created for that connection, which is another reason to get off of social media and go find the connection. But like, we're created for that togetherness. So I guess my takeaway on this is like trusting God, asking God to show you where to connect, who to connect with. If you feel much like I do, of like finding those places, committing this to prayer, like that's very much where I'm at. Of like, okay, God,
that's
like,
good.
I know your heart for us to have togetherness. And I know your heart for people to be here for one another. So I'm just encouraging you to go ahead and look for that, find that, connect with one another. And if you've already got that, praise God. And also don't stop looking for new opportunities for it. I know there's capacity limits, right? If you've got 2 or 3 and you're at capacity, great. But I'm just saying, like, be open. Consider. So,
there you go. If you're ever, like, if the thought on social media or anything in any of these awkward conversations ever offends you, remember that thing that offends you the most sometimes can be the thing that brings you the most value and change in your life.
Can be the thing to set you free.
Just a thought. So, well, there you go. That's that thought on friendship, and also more on social media than I thought.
Community, social media, all the things.
Yeah, so hopefully that brings you something to think about and some value point in your life. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you joining us on this adventure of awkward conversations. Heidi ho, neighbor. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating with us in Awkward Conversations. Please ring that bell, like and subscribe so other people will find these as well.